I started reading books around 17 years ago. My preferred books were on personal development. Self-help was my favorite genre because they gave me more self-assurance. That's exactly what happened. I needed as a young guy as a result of the fact that I had one in fact among the worst instances you could imagine. However, when I made the decision to be a businessman, I fell in love with business books. Even though I still read business books, my favorite books are biographies and histories because they frequently serve both self-help and even entrepreneurship. After reading a fair number of biographies, I made one important discovery. Life typically comes to an end at 30. I'm aware that many people would find this offensive, but I've made the terrible realization that 90% of those who succeeded in life finished laying the groundwork for their success in their 20s. Even though the world may not become familiar with these individuals until later in life, practically every successful person I looked at had set themselves up for success before the age of 30. Consider Winston Churchill for a moment, President Lincoln, Warren Buffett, Michael Jackson, and Larry King, not to talk about Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, or even Bill Gates. These folks may not have become renowned until they were 40 years old, along with 99% of other affluent individuals. Still, if you look more closely at their lives, you'll see that they achieved all of their success before turning 30. And the reason for this is that they made significant investments in the three key areas I'll be discussing with you in this video. For any person who might find it annoying, I don't believe it's too late for you, though I'm just being open and sincere with you. It takes more resolve to complete a marathon at 65 than it does at 25. So, let's look at these three crucial investments that every person in their 20s should make. 1. Make a big mental investment. I've disliked school pretty much my entire life. I first began to doubt education when I was just 13 years old, and as I grew older, I continued to do so. The more I thought that such individuals must be dumb or nasty, I began to question who the hell established what we call a school. One of the reasons I detest school is that it makes learning seem tedious, which causes young people to detest education in general, focuses attention on the paper, wasteful paper, in contrast to them prioritizing learning. School makes you sit for 3 years to study theoretically what you can learn in the real world in 6 months, which confuses a lot of things. The education system gives you degrees rather than teaching you how to invest in your mind, which devalues your intelligence. If you want to know what I'm talking about, ask 10 graduates who have graduated 10 years ago. Ask them how many novels they have read since graduating from high college. The majority of people believe they have degrees, thus they hardly read after school. Thus, they are educated. No, education does not equate to intelligence. Knowledge and wisdom do. If you genuinely want to thrive in life, invest every minute of your 20s in your mind. Your first action should be to read everything. Watch videos and read books about financial leadership, selling, negotiations, backstory, even almost anything, including science and space technology. This will expand your horizons. For instance, study the biographies of 20 to 50 outstanding scientists. If you wish to become one, read the other articles and find out as much as you can about them. Find at least 10 successful entrepreneur biographies and read them if you wish to start your own business. Then read about 50 marketing-related books. Continue reading more leadership negotiation books, etc. Have I made my point? You should invest a lot of brain power in your 20s since information and its practical applications are like weapons. If your weapon is more powerful, you will have a better chance of winning the battle. 2. Make an investment in good connections. When I reflect my life right now, without a shadow of a doubt, I never have achieved success without the type of folks I'm close with, similar to their journey. They were all very rough, and a factor in my survival was because I was surrounded by respectable individuals. Some of these individuals forced me when I might have never been able to see regarding me. Some of them evaluated my concepts and offered suggestions for improved approaches in. Certain of these individuals did nothing but obtain books for me, which ultimately transformed my life. Find good individuals and make the most of your time with them. That's what you need to do. Make it a practice to socialize with wholesome individuals. The optimism and ideals of these folks will alter your life. Your life will be ruined by pessimism, just like it will be by negative people. However, as you age, maintaining healthy relationships becomes more difficult, necessitating the need of starting when you're young. I'm 40 today. Every day, I have to spend 2 to 3 hours with my kids. I have a business to manage, a wife, and a ton of books to read. In addition, most decent individuals I know are constantly busy. Since they are not constantly available to hang out with, you must spend your 20s developing meaningful relationships. You don't only have extra time either. Now is better than later if you need such connections. As we become older, you see, life gets harder. Now that you are 23 or 27, you cannot afford to wait until everything is ideal. The finest moment to waste some time trying to fulfill your desire is right now, because that is how it would appear when you first began. I said waste. Nothing good will happen to you when you start following your aspirations. All of the obstacles you encounter will be depressing. It's ideal to start investing when you're young since you'll lose money, get rejected, make blunders, and fail, because they won't matter as much when you're older than 50. Your mistakes, failures, and other people's rejections won't matter as much when you're young. Once more, to be completely honest with you, the only time to act is now. If you're still young, you never will. Friends of mine who are attempting to follow my example from 12 years ago, they cannot do of their already spirit is weakened, and now that they are carriers of failure, are between the ages of 37 and 40 compared to when they were 20. If you are older, though, you must be honest with yourself and tell yourself the truth about the circumstances. In comparison to a decade before, it will be more difficult for you to realize your dream now. You must therefore be willing to make additional sacrifices right away if you want to succeed. Invest heavily in your mind. Make an investment in your goals and reliable connections. We appreciate you watching this video. Please leave us a like, share this video with your friends, and remember to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any more great content. We appreciate you.